Okay, manipulating data, there is filtering, querying, and creating new columns of data. And that's what we're going to cover next. Okay, and there are two command or tasks that are available to us that you can use. So let's start with orders. So we bring in orders. All right. Okay, so we have order ID, customer ID, employee ID, order date, delivery date, and stuff like that. Okay. So now with the order selected, if you go to tasks and data, so we have filter and sort is one task available, okay, and query builder is another task. In query builder you can do, so in filter and sort you can only do filter and sort. In query builder you can do a lot more. You can do the filtering and the sorting, and we can do a lot more than that as well. So then you have append table, and there are lots of other commands that we will be looking at, some of them, not all of them. Okay, and here, suppose we want to analyze the orders from 2013. Okay, so we want to select the data for 2013, and we want to do some analysis with that. Okay, so that's what our intention is. So okay, so we bring in the orders data. All right, and then select filter and sort. Okay. Now filter and sort brings up this. So we have variables, filters, sort, and results. So these are the things that we can control. So in variables, we select which variables we want to include in the output. Okay. So now the input is coming in, which is the orders. And these are the columns that are available in the input. And what do you want to output after doing the filtering and the sorting? So suppose if you click this, select all of it. Well, even if you don't select all of it, if you click this, everything will go in. Because that is, double arrow means everything goes in. Okay. The single arrow would be selected columns. Suppose we don't want employee ID, so you can take that out. So we have the remaining one. So these are the columns that will be output. You'll find in the output. Okay. Now if you want to filter, okay, based on what we want to filter now is we want to look at 2013 orders from 2013. Okay, how do we do that? So here is the filter. So what column should I select? Right. Orion Star would like to analyze internet sales that occurred since the beginning of 2013. So that's the purpose. It states on the top. We want to look at internet sales 2013 onwards. Okay. So internet sales is given by. Okay. Now here is where you need to know what the content is. Okay. So there is 3 order types. I think we looked at this example somewhere else. Order type 1, 2, and 3. Order type 1 is retail sales. Order type 2 is catalog sales. Order type 3 is internet sales. Of course, if you didn't know that, then there is no way you can filter only the internet sales. You need to know what order type represents internet sales. So select order type, and you want that to be equal to 3. Okay, so that would select the internet orders, and of course we want that to be order date should be what? We want 2013 onwards. So this should be what? Greater than or greater than or equal to? Greater than or equal to. Otherwise you will leave the first day. First day, January 2013 will not be included. Now how do you specify the date? Remember we did this in the previous example. Okay. You have to give the date value, but we can't give the date value, we can only give a string. So you have to specify the string as DD, the month date, and then the 3-letter month. We want all of 2013, so January 1, okay, and then 2013, we close parenthesis, and of course if you leave it as that, then that would be simply a string, and no date will be equal to that string. So the string needs to be converted to a date value, and the syntax in SAS is D. And so that's the filter. Okay. Now suppose we want to sort by order date in descending order. So it will be the most recent orders will be at the top and the others will be at the bottom. Okay. Descending order, and then click results, and we can give a task name. So this will be the name that will appear for the task. So internet orders 2013 plus, right? Now what is this output name? Okay, this is the name for the table or the data set that will be saved. So now you're filtering, sorting, and where does it go? This is just a filter, the task. It doesn't do anything, doesn't do any statistics, it doesn't do any graph or anything like that. All it does is it filters and sorts, that's it. So you have to have an output where it will go, and you can leave the name as the default name, okay? But that default name is not very useful, so you change that to something more meaningful. So that would be, we're going to name that internet orders internet orders 2013. Okay. Now, you can't have any space here, so it has to be something like that. Okay. So now this will be saved in work library. Okay, now click OK. Okay, so now this is the output data. Okay, and it will have only, so the dates are in descending order here of order date, right? And then order type is all 3. Okay, so here that's what that data set will be here, and right now you don't see it because you have to refresh it, then you will see the data set. Now you can achieve the same thing using a query. Okay. So let's look at how the query would work. So here is the query builder, and you can also do this by going to task, okay, either way. So query builder, now it looks a little bit different. Okay. Query builder, you have tables and you have T1 with all of these. So now click and drag and move everything in here, and let's then remove employee, so select employee ID and X that out. So employee ID is gone. right? So now you can do a filter. Okay. Click filter. Okay, basic filter. Okay. Now order date greater than or equal to, and then value will be 01 Jan 2013 D. Okay, so that will be one filter, and we need another filter. Okay, so this will be order type equal to 3. Okay, so here is the AND operator. If you want to change it to OR, you can change it to OR. So, but we want AND. All right. Sort data. So we want to sort data by order date in descending order. Okay. And let's call this query Internet Orders 2013. The name of the query, name of the task, you can have spaces there. It is only in the file names and column names and field names that you are not allowed to use space. Alright, so it does the same thing, but it's in a query. The advantage of query is that you can do a lot more with a query than with just simple filter and sort.